Hello everybody, this is Duncan Fisher. I'd like to read to you a poem written by Anders of the Word of Lowtax, with apologies to Edgar Allan Poe. It is entitled The Raven 3L. Once upon a pub drop dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of mumbled chatter bore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of some machine guns rat-tat-tatting at my cap-point's floor. "'Tis some pubby jerk there," I muttered, tapping at my cap-point's floor. Only this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember, it was the 4th of December, and each separate dying mech left parts in the caldera's core. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from robots surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the lost C4, for the rare and radiant robot whom the angels name C4, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain bitching of Betty unceasing thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some pubby jerk entreating entrance at my cap-point's floor. Some late pubby jerk entreating entrance at my cap-point's floor. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came capping, and so faintly you came capping at my cap-point's floor, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I alpha'd at the core. Gas pipes there, and nothing more." Deep into my radar peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "C4?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "C4. Merely this, and nothing more." Back towards the derrick turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my cockpit lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the lame pubby, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately Raven 3L of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but, with mien of lord or lady, perched upon my cap-point's floor, perched upon a rock 180 meters from my cap-point's floor, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the continents at war. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore? Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Squawk the raven, "LRM's no more." Much I marveled this ungainly robot to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing light mechs near his cap-point's floor. Tete or robot perched on the rock near his cap-point's floor, with such name as LRM's no more. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid rock, spoke only those few words, as if his soul in those few words he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird squawked, "LRM's no more." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of LRMs no more. But the raven, still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and rock and door. Then upon the pilot chair sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking LRMs no more. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the chair's soft velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall launch, LRMs no more. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by devs whose footfalls dance like tiny fleas upon my mech lab store. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of C4. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost C4. Quoth the raven, LRMs no more. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bot or devil, whether Lowtax sent or turtle cracking, of which surely is a bore. Desolate yet all undaunted, on this caustic land enchanted, on this base by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in city night? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, LRMs no more. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bot or devil, by that forum that bends above us, by the Matani that we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within distant city square G4, it shall clasp a sainted Gundam whom the angels name C4. Clasp a rare and radiant Gundam whom the angels name C4. Quoth the raven, LRMs no more. Be those words our sign of parting, robot or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and terra therma's molten core. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the rock near my cap point's floor. Take thy streaks from out my heart and press the buttons Alt F4. Quoth the raven, LRMs no more. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid rock of Forest Colony just above my cap point's floor. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted, but LRMs no more.